So I'm going to show you a really interesting game today in the open Sicilian Dragon, where Ray Robson, who's 2700 and the bottom board for the United States of America at the Olympiad, is playing an international master who's 2271, so it's around a 500 FIDE ELO difference. And Ray Robson does what a lot of players don't do when they're high rated by such a large amount. He goes fearlessly into the main lines of the dragon. Now, a lot of players choose not to do this because I think it's more due to fear of preparation via engines, because obviously if you're playing someone who's 500 points lower than you, you want to get yourself into positions where you can outplay them. And if you're going into a theoretical battle in an open position and your opponent has spent a lot of time pairing with engines in those specific positions, you've kind of lost your edge. But that can mean that a lot of players play a little bit too safe when there's a rating gap. I think we saw in this round, actually, Wesley So, who played it very safe, only got a draw against a much lower rated player. So maybe there's something to be said for Ray Robson's approach here, where he goes straight into the main line and trusts himself, even in this really, really dangerous position. So this is the main line of the Yugoslav attack. Black has a ready-made attack here, where he can bring his rook in, his knight in, and this lovely bishop on g7 can often go this way. Now if white here, say castles kingside, plays safe moves, black is completely fine in these positions. In fact, I'd actually say maybe even it's probably easier to play black in this type of positions because your moves are so logical and so easy. You can bring your knight into c4 and you've got plenty of ideas of getting queenside counterplay, and worst case scenario, do something with this bishop, maybe even bring a knight away. So the only real way here for white to go for an advantage is to go castle and queenside, go for a massive attack, pushing the pawns, and yeah, you can quickly see how crazy this position could get. In the game, he's castling queenside first, rook c8, which is standard. We can see a lot of games in this line in the master database. And now bishop e2. Bishop e2 is a bit unusual. It's only the third played move here. I think it's a really interesting practical choice because essentially he knows that if he goes, say, bishop b3, which is the most common move, his opponent's going to know what to do here. So he's probably going to autopilot the next few moves. In the game, bishop e2 causes some problems practically on the board because he's going to threaten to go just g4, h4 and just push essentially. And yeah, just go for a checkmate on the h-file somehow. So in the game, takes on d4, and now we're completely out of theory. Which is kind of crazy because we're 19 moves in the Yugoslav attack. Normally there's a lot of games in these types of positions, but we're completely in a new position. So what's going on here? Black has a really nice, aesthetically pleasing position in a way because e5 looks really tempting. You can just see over the board. If you have the white pieces here, this looks really intimidating because this attack comes so fast. We've also got to worry about this rook taking this knight and then queen coming in. So there's all sorts of things to be aware of. In the game, got king b1, so he defends this pawn. Maybe has some tactical ideas of knight d5. So knight d5 here. If he took, there's a common trap. So if you go knight d5 here, let's say if you just gave white an extra move and he took the queens off, we can actually do an intermezzo. Take on e7, check king h8, and then take the queen back. We just win a free pawn. That's a threat. So he defends the pawn. Now we go for the pawn storm. So that's basically white's plan here. Just want to open up this h-file and then try and do something along here. But looking at it, the engine says it's around plus 0.9 for white, but just looking at it at a time on the board, the position looks quite scary still for white, I'd say. Because again, this b5 idea looks hard to meet. And white's attack seems a little slow. As we see in the game, it's far faster than it looks. So bishop e6, so he's threatening to take this knight and then go take on a2 possibly. So he's got this battery, the bishop and the queen both on a2. So just goes a3. So here, white's spent 2 or 3 tempo playing king b1, a3. Now, question is, can black exploit this somehow? May play like b5. Let's turn on the engine now. Let's see what it says. See, I'd be tempted by b5 here, but it's not good because apparently white can actually just take it. So bishop c4 is the move that the engine wants. Instead he played a6, which I think it might be a bit slow. I guess he's just going to play b5 and b4. h4, b5, yeah. So now you can really see that this game is going to be a decisive outcome because one of either black or white is going to get checkmate. The question is who? Which of the two is going to be faster? So h5, e4. This is a lovely position to watch. Probably less fun to play. You get a bit worried about these type of positions. We can see this attack by black looks so fast. It's got all this pressure coming along here. Maybe in the future, if you could get this b file open, could even get like this rook coming in. Takes b4, which is a really brave move. I guess knight d5 might be a move as well. No, that's bad. So yeah, it shows how careful you've got to be in these positions. So he takes b4. Now he goes knight d5. So he's offering the queen exchange. Well, but maybe he needs to do this. So this would be a potential move for black. I think he has to do this actually. But I guess the problem black here is this pawn on a6. Maybe he's going to drop really fast. Once he takes this pawn, maybe he can push these two bishops. Probably going to be quite difficult for him to defend. So I see why he didn't play a bit here. Wow, this is really accurate play by white. You can see here, just b3. Cold-blooded, get this bishop defending, pressurising the queen. So queen a3 takes on g6. So a mistake here, according to the engine. Said we want to go f takes, g5. Again, this position, apparently now we're plus 3.5 for white. So that means we're basically close to winning for white. But looking at it again, I mean, I don't know about you guys watching, but when I look at this position, I don't automatically think white's looking too great because this attack is so dangerous looking. But Ray Robson's basically got it all calculated, so he's not afraid of any sacks or anything. He's just going to push this pawn to f5 and f6, I guess. Takes, queen d4, and now f5. It's a killer blow. Queen c5. Now, see now, you know, it's gone horribly wrong for black because he's offering to swap off queens when he could have done it earlier. So now it's far worse to swap off queens. I mean, he'd probably be winning for white even if he took the queen and played like c4 or something. He goes back to b2. Rook h7 tries to defend, but white has so many threats here. So like taking g6 and then going bishop e6 check looks nasty. So many options. He's trying to just defend. Again, I think this is inaccuracy, but this bishop e6 absolutely destroys black because this queen covers this lovely little finish here. And black resigned. So let's say king e8, rook takes h5. Wow. So if he takes this, we go g6, I guess. Let's have a look at this. Queen g7. Wow, that's a lovely little finish. Go rook f8 or queen f7. Nothing black can do. Goes takes. Gonna go g6. And rook. If he goes here, we're gonna go queen g7. Go for that same checkmate there. And yeah, so the engine thinks black has to give up the queen, but yeah, that's just lost. So again, we go back. What a lovely attacking game that was in the Dragon. So this bishop e2 idea took his opponent out of theory, and then he just went for the familiar plan of just marching these pawns up, and it all seems so effortlessly. It seems so natural, and yeah, I think this is a really lovely crushing game. Just shows you fantastic tactical awareness and accuracy.